and welcome to another Minecraft video here at Pleasure World, and this is probably our biggest midway attraction, and it is the Doctor Who experience. Now we're actually starting at the side of the building in the mini museum. We're going to go up the stairs just as it started raining, but most of this is indoors. This is even undercover as well. This is the... well, it's actually note blocks. I'll pause it now and I'll get this to play. Yeah, that particular note block song was actually from a tutorial, but some of the ones you'll see are just my own. These are all the different TARDIS boxes from over the years. The first and second, the third Doctor's one, the fourth Doctor's one, the fifth, sixth and seventh. Or is that the eighth Doctor's, I think? Yeah, that's the third and fourth Doctors. That's the fifth, sixth and seventh. And then that's the eighth Doctor's one, the War Doctor, 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th. And then you've got the Jodie Whittaker one there, the 13th Doctor's, which was the most up-to-date one, although really the exterior still looks the same, to be fair. And then you've got the Happiness Patrol one, the Rani's. This is like a generic one that you get from Gallifrey. And then you've got the Masters one from the Time Monster. Statue of Jodie Whittaker in a different style, and you will notice that Ncuti Gatwa is actually here this time in statue form. And then you've got this is supposed to be the workshop from Season 7, so it's just the Hartnell console in a shed, basically. Yeah, the reason Ncuti's here is because I gave this a refurbishment, whereas Statue Park just kept it as it was originally. I probably should have added him anyway. But yeah, because I put the cover in over this, so I just added a bit to it as well. And the new sign as well. Right. Now we're actually going to go to the main experience, which is inside the building. And yeah, so this is the reception area. And it's sort of supposed to look like a TV set in here, so that's where you've got these big lights. There's like a tester console, just so you can kind of get an idea on what the rest of the experience is going to be like. So this is the Hartnell one. And this is the Iron Foreman scrapyard. Now we've actually got this is like the Rani's and the Masters TARDIS, so this is the Rani's, very small version. This was based on a YouTuber as well, a Doctor Who YouTuber called George Shiard. That's what it's all based on, a lot of these consoles, and some of them were based on the Gmod ones. So a lot of them aren't my own like designs, but that's kind of where I got the inspiration for this sort of attraction from, really. This is the War Masters, which was seen in a trailer, so it was only ever rendered in CGI. They never did like a set of it. And then this is the Masters one from Spyfall. Now we're into the Scrap Merchants, where the Doctor's TARDIS is. You've got the first Doctors and the first and second Doctors in there. The third Doctor's one. It's kind of like a mixture of the fourth and the fifth, sixth and seventh one. It's not really either of them, it's kind of like a mixture. And the secondary console's also in here. This is the Eighth Doctor's. This was based on George's, apart from the fact that I added the balcony at the top, which he didn't have. There's a couple of extra ones, like here's the 7th from season 27 that was never actually made, but they did like make a model of it and project Sylvester McCoy into it, so that's just what that's supposed to be. This is the one from Scream of the Shalka. Very odd little animation, that one. The stairs, they're very narrow. Yeah. But it's got the right colour scheme anyway, and it's very tall. The War Doctor's in here. This is the 9th and 10th, which is, personally I'm not a massive fan of this one in the show. I don't like the natural looking ones really. But what we can do with this is we can go to Gallifrey. So we're in the shed, there's the moment. There's nothing in there. And we come down here, and the Citadel is right in front of us. You've got the Untempered Schism over here as well, just like a vortex. Most of this was based on George's. It wasn't like a direct copy because I didn't really know how to do a sphere, but I think it works okay for what it is. You drop down into the surface, and you've got a Dalek, and there's a Cyberman around here. I mean, this is literally copied from his. You know, there's like a TARDIS console. I think the piston door's broken on this, and the time rotor, I think. Yeah, I think what it is that when I filled in all the floor with orange, I think it probably broke all the redstone, so the time rotor's supposed to move on this, and the floor's not supposed to be orange. But at least you got the other one. It's basically the generic TARDIS when you first get one, like in Hellbent. It's similar to that one. We're not going to do that yet. That's literally the same thing that George did in his video. He came up to that button and said, we're not going to do that yet. We can go, not there. Forbidden Weapons, which, well, I mean, this is literally copied from his. It's not very original of me, is it? The moment as well. Again, literally the same. A lot smaller than the one from the show, this room. The extraction chamber. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, this is where, again, it's literally the same as the one that George built, because it's even got, like, this house with the interior, and then the rest of it's just, like, a set. It's literally the same. And the top floor is the council room. And you can go to the Senate, which is in the base. And back to the surface. I think I've just done full circle because I think it takes you back to the exit automatically. Oh, I'm going to cut this now because I know what we should have done. Yeah, I remember now, we should have pressed the button down here. Right. Now we're going to go to the Matt Smith one, which is his first one. In here is the junk TARDIS. You've also got the little balcony as well. And this one leads to the Dalek paradigm ship. G's got some Daleks in there, computers. It's quite basic. And this is the 11th Doctor's second one, which is basically the 12th Doctor's, but not as good. We can go to Trend's Law for this one, where you've got this giant TARDIS that is just a giant piece of theming. And into River Song's grave. And you can get right to the top in the windows. And we can go into the end of the time. Well, this is the time stream, which is the rundown version of the TARDIS. Make sure you don't fall off here, because you won't be able to get back up. And yeah, this is the end of the time stream. Down here is Stampy's TARDIS, which people probably won't recognise. There's a lot of Stampy things in this world. This is one of them. Yeah, he built a TARDIS in a very old video, and that's a recreation of it. So it's got some random things in here. This is just a custom one. Another custom one in here. And into the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, which, like I said, is just basically a better version of the 11th second one. In here you've got this is the Uriel one from Gmod. This is, I think it was like I cannot remember a lot of these. I think this is another Uriel one that was like a YouTuber that built some ones on Gmod that were not. Well, they were kind of had a bit of a reputation for not being very good. Just like the next one that is a bit of a joke that was up next, which is the elevator one. Look at this, it's horrible, but it's a recreation of the one from Gmod that I think he built another one that was a lot better more recently. I say it was like probably about 6-7 years ago, but and then this was another one. I can't remember this might have been the other Uriel one. I cannot remember. Because I think this was the one that I actually quite liked, but I don't think George liked it. I mean, look at the floor. The floor that is literally how the floor was in the Gmod version. And there we go up to the console. You've got like the blackboards and the bookshelves. There's even one with listen written on it, which is literally what George did. Like I say, it's not very original at all. And then it's a lot more warm as well. This is the Castle from Heaven Sent, which is our penultimate location. So this is the pod that we come out of. And it's like a little mini adventure map in here, really. So you've got like the dining table there. There's clothes by the fire. We won't go out there yet. There's a fireplace and a bed up here. We have to jump out the window. Into there. And then I think, yeah, it's back over here. You can sort of find your way through. So this is the garden. You've got the hole there that's been dug down. come around this corridor, up the spiral staircase. And the skull is up there. And that is where we've got the return button. So I quite like that. And then the final major TARDIS is the 13th, which, again, I'm not a massive fan of in the show, but this recreation's alright. I wish these were made of honey, though. And then we've got the train for the woman who fell to Earth, where you can just sort of... there is... I think we'll go this way first. So you can go between the different carriages. There's a lever, you can switch all the lights off. It actually goes down the carriage. And this is the return button. And, oh, that's the back way again. You can actually go back all the way through the different ones if you want to. But I'm just going to go out through the back entrance, because then we've done it at the back exit, because then we've done everything. You got the Fugitive Doctors, which is probably one of the least accurate ones in here. I mean, the colour scheme, I tried. The blue is a bit over the top, I think. But it's just very cramped. But it's fine. And that is the 13th Doctor's TARDIS. It doesn't have the pedal with the the custard cream, unfortunately. But yeah, I think the atmosphere is okay in there. And that is the exit. And what we can do just outside the building, over here, you've got all the different sonic screwdrivers from like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, the 6th Doctor's sonic lance there, the 7th and 8th from the film, the War Doctors, the 9th and 10th, the 11th, 12th, which is my favourite one, and then I think that was supposed to be maybe River's one. I think it was River Song's one, because the 12th Doctor used it for a bit. I think that's why it's there. And then the 13th Doctor's one there, which is probably my least favourite of the actual ones, the crystal sort of design, but it's okay. And that is the Doctor Who experience. So I hope you enjoyed this Midway attraction. It's been a long one, because this is the biggest of the Midways. Next time we're going to be doing the short one, because we're doing the Ferris wheel, or the Eye attraction.